Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we have Neon skills here. They just posted it when I'm like literally every time I'm uploading a video, because they just posted out the buff for Guillotine. Every time I'm uploading a video, they drop something else. So Nikke, just drop everything at once, bro. I hate when y'all do this, to be honest, bro. Let's see Neon skills, bro. Okay, yeah. Not really. Panty shot though, right? That's panty shots, I guess. I guess you could say bikini, right? It's just a bikini. I do like how she's standing on this like little floaty, right? I'm not gonna lie, her skin's quite nice. Her that skin is quite nice. Okay, cool. Okay, so her glasses come off. That's pretty nice. Yeah. So that's the Neon. So let's see if she's good, hopefully, because she's a water-coded ally as well. So I'm assuming Mary is like meant for this character. Oh, she also has this. Okay, so her first skill, when using burst skills, affects self, right? It changes depending on the... Okay, wait. Damage to... Okay, first time you use her burst skill, part damage is increased by 12.4% for 20 seconds. The second time you use it, it's again 12.4% for 20 seconds. And the third time you use it is again 12.4% for 20 seconds. Okay. So basically damage to parts, boss's parts, right, is increased by 12.4% every time you use the burst skill, and it does stack there. Now, the problem with this is that that's only useful against bosses who have parts, right? Like main bosses. So like that's not going to be that great everywhere, because that's going to be useless in PvP, and that's going to be useless in most towers, because even for the final boss of towers, they don't always have parts, right? That's only going to be good for like special interception and like union raid and maybe solo raid, right? Which isn't all that bad, but again, that's quite a like useless skill in a general sense, right? So already not looking too good there for me personally. She's a burst 3 character attacker. Activates when she's an Elysian too. Remember, she's an Elysian, right? So there's that. Activates when entering burst stage 3. Damage a strong element increase. Okay, she's literally meant to be paired up with Mary. Okay, damage a strong element increase by 20.56% for 10 seconds. The second time you use it is 20.2% for 10 seconds, and the third time is the same thing, 20.2% for 20 seconds. Which isn't bad though. Activates when entering burst 3 stage. That's good, because that means every time you enter a burst 3 stage, burst 3 stage, you're always gonna have that buff. That's quite good. That's quite good. But remember, because it's strong element, it's only useful against water or fire type enemies. Let's see her for sec. Okay, changes her weapon. Her burst skill, full hydro shot, changes her weapon. Damage 11% of final attack, lasts for 7 seconds. Is that literally just Laplace's skill? Is that like wait, let's see the video. Let me see what they mean. What is that? Is that Laplace's skill? Like, it's just like it is. Wait, after you use her burst skill, I think it's just Laplace's, right? No, that's just how it is before the burst skill. And then when you use the burst skill, it changes the weapon. And damn, it becomes what, a shotgun? Or what was that? Yeah, that shit going quick, bro. That shit going quick. So literally, I guess it becomes a shotgun or a rocket. I think it's a shotgun because there's no charge. So it becomes a shotgun, which is what she was before, right? It lasts for 7 seconds. The damage increase, not damage increase, but the damage is 11% of the final attack, which is quite good. And then when you're fighting fire codes, it's an additional 11%, which is quite nice. So this character is I don't know. They're limited, bro, but they're not like, again, these are characters who Mary's somebody who's definitely gonna be better over time, right? Because hers relies on water code enemies. This character is so weird though. It's so situational, because it's like her first skill, you have to use her burst skill, which is not a problem. But the problem is it's only to part damage, right? Or parts, right? Boss's parts. So if you're not fighting a boss, then you kind of just lose out on that first skill. That's how I see it, right? Even if it's 20 seconds, if you're not fighting parts, then it's useless. Literally, that first skill does not matter if you're not fighting a boss who has parts, right? Because regular enemies don't have parts, right? The second skill is quite good though. It's whenever you enter a burst skill, or a burst stage 3. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. But the problem again there is it's strong element, so it's only going to be useful against fire code enemies, right? So literally I would highly only recommend to, if you are subbing for this character, which I will have a should you summon today, if you are gonna summon for this character, only use her when you're fighting fire code enemies, literally. Like, this is not a character you can just use for the fun of it because she's so situational against bosses and fire code enemies. Now, the only thing that's actually consistent no matter where you go, like, and there's not gonna be anything holding you back, is that that burst skill, right? Changes the weapon in use to the shotgun, and then 11% of the final attack that lasts for 7 seconds, right? That's the only thing that's there the full time, right? Because even that additional 11% is only activated when you're fighting fire code enemies. When it says damage of strong elements only is useful against fire coded enemies. Part damage is only useful against bosses with parts. So honestly, this character is a bit iffy. I wouldn't say she's bad because she's definitely going to be very good in these situations though. Right, against bosses, she's gonna, especially fire bosses, she's gonna be insane. Now, I don't know who is a fire boss. Let me double check. Let me see who is a fire boss. I don't know who a fire boss is. I'm trying to open up this website. The one that shows like the bosses, right? This right here. Who is a fire boss? That is one thing I need to know because it is a bit iffy. It is a bit iffy. I don't know. No, you're not a fire boss, right? Weak to fire. So yeah, they're weak to fire. Blacksmith, weak to water. So, okay. So against Blacksmith, she's going to be very good. Right, against Blacksmith, because Blacksmith is weak to water. Blacksmith has parts, and Blacksmith is a fire element character. Right, so in Special Interception, I guess this is for solo raids here, it's showing. Oh, yeah, this is for solo raids. Does this show for Special Interception? I guess it's just the same everywhere. I'm not sure. This is for solo raids, not for Special Interception, so it's a bit iffy. It's a bit hard for me to say. Let me see. Weak to water. Right, these are the characters who, yeah. Union Raid Tower. Yeah, this is the only one that appears in. So this is not even Special Interception. This is the Solo Raid and Union Raid Blacksmith. This Blacksmith is not in Solo Special. Oh, it is. Never mind, it is. Okay, so good against Blacksmith, which is okay, because we didn't need. I mean, you know what? It's not that bad, right? Because the thing about Blacksmith is that Blacksmith is already like, Vesty is like best against Blacksmith as well, right? So Blacksmith, you could run Mary Neon, you could run Vesty, you could actually run like a full water team. Dorothy, right? You could now actually run like a full water team and get the use out of that, right? But you would have to bring a verse 2 water character. Who is a verse 2 water character? That has a 20-second cooldown, and literally Makima is the only one. No, Viper. So yeah, you could run a full water team against Blacksmith and actually do something. Right, because Vesty is quite good against Blacksmith. Obviously, Neon is going to be great against Blacksmith. But overall, I don't know. In a general sense, not really that crazy. Because, like, the skills look great, but the way it works is not good. You have to use her burst skill specifically, right? For that damage part buff, right? Which is not a problem, because it lasts for 20 seconds. That's quite good. Right, that's not that bad. But the problem is damaged parts. It's not going to work in the general sense. It's only going to work against bosses with damaged parts, right? Which is not a problem too, because there's a lot of bosses like that, right? For progression and story, most likely not, unless you're fighting literally the final chapter boss. But in a general sense, for tower, it's not going to be that efficient. In story, it's not going to be that efficient. It's not going to work in PvP. It's only going to be useful in Union Raid, Solo Raid, and Special Interception, which is not bad, right? Because that's what most people are doing. They literally just those 3 contents. Second skill. This is a good skill. When you enter a burst 3 skill, or burst stage 3, right? Burst stage 3. I don't know why it's worded like that. Burst stage 3. When you enter that, you're gonna get these buffs. But if you're not fighting fire enemies, it's not gonna work. Strong element is damage effective, or more damage to your like strong element. So if she's water, she's gonna do 20% more damage to fire enemies. If there's no fire enemies, you can scrap that. It's not gonna work. And then the last part is quite useful, right? But 11% of the final attack might be good, right? Right, it might be good. I'm not sure how to like really see that 11% of the farm tag. I think that's gonna hit quite hard, right? I think that's gonna hit quite hard, especially with the other stuff on top. But I would highly recommend only summoning. I mean, I'll make a should you summon, but this girl's only gonna be useful against bosses and fire type enemies realistically, which is like, it's up to you guys if you want that or not. But for now, it's your boy Zxous, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out later. Peace.